Today in the garden, I'm going to show you how I transform this pallet wood into your very own deck chair. To speed up this video, I've already taken the pallet boards off of the pallet, but using a claw hammer, you'll be able to get these off nice and easy yourself. There are only two measurements that you need for this whole build, and that's 75 centimeters and 45. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. So let's crack on. In order to make the legs for our deck chair, we need 4 pieces at 75 centimeters, and I'm going to use 2 of them to make the top of the frame. Now, I'm going to start off by measuring these bottom bits here at about 18 centimeters and another one at 28. And what I want to do is take 2 of my 45 centimeter pieces and put them directly on the end and screw them in place, leaving a nice 10 centimeter gap in the middle. Now, in order to screw these in place, especially with pallet wood, it's always good to use a pilot hole, which effectively is a pre-drilled hole, a little bit thinner than the screw. So this is 3 mil, and then screw the screws directly in. It should stop it from splitting. Once you've connected your 45 centimeter pieces on, it should look a bit like this. And I've put 1 at the back, and we'll get to why we need to do that later. Now, I need to carry on the rest of the back, and all I'm going to do is just equally space some of these all the way until the end. And if you want to get a good space, just use a little pallet board as a spacer, pop it there, and then it's all equal. The rest of the 45s are now screwed in place, and it should look a little bit like this. Now, we're actually halfway, so that's fantastic. Let's start on the bottom half. To make the bottom half of our deck chair, we're going to do pretty much the same thing. 2 sets of 75s, but this time only 4 of the 45s. And instead of having them flush on the end, what we want to do is we want them to slot in the other piece. So I'm going to use a spare bit of pallet board as effectively a 2 centimeter spacer. And I'll then pop that right there so I know that they're equally spaced and screw into the original 75. 4 of those, and we'll be ready to go. The bottom should now look a bit like this. Now, you're gonna have to forgive me. There is one bit that I did forget, and that is a little bit that joins these bottom bits of the legs together. And all you wanna do is make sure they sit flush either side. Now, annoyingly, this is at 45 centimeters, but take a pencil, just draw right underneath so that you know it's exactly flush, and screw that in place. I've made my 2 bits, and now for the fun part, because they should, hopefully, if I've done this right, slot in quite together like that. And it's made our very own little folding deck chair. But is it strong enough to hold me? It is! Now, this is just a very simple guide on how to make your own little folding deck chair. And you don't have to use pallet wood. You could use some 3-inch gravel boards or even some plain timber to make a fancier version. You could even make the back of this a little taller if you fancy laying all the way down. But it just goes to show how easy it is to use raw material and make something as simple as this. So give it a go yourself and let me know how you get on. Take care.